Hey everybody, Miss Andrea here. Happy Thursday, or what I like to call Friday Eve. Hope you all had a great day today. It was super windy outside, right? Crazy outside today, so hopefully you stayed indoors and were nice and safe, because to try to go outside, woof, too windy. I saw a lot of tree branches down. It seemed a little too dangerous to be outside, so a good day to be indoors, hopefully with your family, and you guys had some fun. The story I chose to read for tonight is called The Berenstain Bears and the Mansion Mystery. So, do you guys know what a mansion is? Mansion is like a really big house. I'm sure we all live in big houses, but a mansion is like super large. Some mansions have like 10 or 12 rooms, like 15 bathrooms, 8-car garage. So usually people with like a lot of money, they'll usually have like a mansion. Okay, so mansion is a really big house. And then a mystery is something that we are trying to solve or something that we are trying to figure out. Most of the time it'll be a mystery for maybe something that is missing. So like the mystery of the missing sock, right? Or even the story I read yesterday when Mr. Hedgehog lost his glasses, right? It was the mystery of the missing spectacles or the missing glasses. Mystery of the missing iPhone, right? Every day we tend to lose things, right? And it's a mystery trying to figure out where it went and where we would have put it last and where it might be, right? So we're going to figure out in this story what the mystery is surrounding the mansion, okay? And as we see here, we see Papa Bear and then all of his children, right? And they even brought the doggy along to solve this mystery. Okay, and then mansions also sometimes, especially in like movies or TV shows, they're portrayed as kind of like very scary looking, especially if it's like an older mansion, a very old house. So that's why there's like the spider webs and the cobwebs and candles, and they'll usually have like these creepy looking pictures up. But mansions that are, newer built or recently built won't have all this creepy looking stuff. But in this story they do. Alright, so let's see what this mystery is going to be. Okay, there's some furniture. I wonder what the furniture has to do with the mystery. I'll have to see. Okay, one day Papa Bear, who made and repaired furniture, got a call from Squire Grizzly. The squire wants me to come over and talk about some business, said Papa. He was very pleased because Squire Grizzly was the richest bear in Bear Country and would make a very good customer, right? Because he's so rich, he'd probably pay Papa Bear a lot of money for whatever work that Papa Bear did, right? May we come along, Uncle, asked Cousin Freddie, who was visiting. I hear Squire Grizzly has some great stuff in that mansion of his, said Brother Bear. Please, Papa, begged Sister Bear. Why not, said Papa. Okay, so they're all going to go with Papa to Squire Grizzly's mansion, his big house. Okay? All right. Wow, said Freddie when the mansion came into view. That's some place. So you see what I was telling you guys about the mansion? You see how big it is? And there's a lot of windows and big doors and a lot of rooms, right? And usually a mansion also, I didn't mention this earlier, there's a lot of grass and a lot of land outside of it. And I know a lot of rich people that have mansions. They have tennis courts connected to the mansion, swimming pools, movie theaters. It's a lot of land, okay? So that's why we see so much greenery over here. And look at this driveway. And the mansions usually are very far set back from the roads because they don't like to be around other people. So they're usually in very secluded areas surrounded by trees. Yes, said Sister, and look at the beautiful grounds, right? The grass, the greenery, the trees. Hey, where are you going, Unc? Shouted Freddie as Papa steered around to the back. There's the front door. So he's going in the back, right? I guess people don't want him to go in the front entrance for whatever reason. Lady Grizzly doesn't let anybody come in the front door, said Papa, not even Squire Grizzly. We're here to see Squire Grizzly, said Papa, when Grisby the butler answered their knock. I shall tell the master you are here, he said. See, there he is. So sometimes mansions, depending on how much money the owner has, they might have cooks to help, obviously cook the food. They might have people to do the cleaning, house cleaning, right? And they'll even have people that will answer the doors for them and drive their cars. They call them the butlers, right? So the butler answers the door, and they usually are very, nicely dressed up. No sooner were they inside the mansion that they heard a scream. It was from Lady Grizzly. Uh-oh. Why do you think she's screaming? What do you think might have happened? Maybe she saw like a spider or something, right? Because we saw that earlier from the cover of the book, right? Or maybe something scared her. It is a big house, right? So let's see why she screamed. We've been robbed, she said. Uh-oh. Somebody has stolen 3 of my favorite things. My writing desk, my precious carved chest, and my adorable pepper mill, all very valuable antiques. So an antique is something that is passed down from one generation to the other. So let's say your great-grandma had something, she gave it to your grandmother, and then your grandma gave it to your mommy, and then maybe when you're older, your mommy will give it to you. That's called an antique. And it could be anything from like a picture frame to clothes to something that you might use in the kitchen. So she has all these antiques that were given to her, and somebody has stolen them. They were robbed. This, said Brother, looks like a case for the Bear Detectives, shouted Sister and Cousin Freddie. So a detective is somebody that helps you when, you need help, or of course when there is a mystery and they're going to try to help you solve it, right? And usually when there's a mystery, there are clues. So we're going to see if any clues were left. Freddie went to the back door and did his special whistle. Quick as a wink, his sniffer hound, Snuff, appeared carrying the bear's detective kit in his mouth. Don't you worry, ma'am, said Brother. The Bear Detectives are on the case. And the world's greatest detective, Papa Q. Bear, said Papa, who thought he was the world's greatest expert at just about everything. So they got their little detective case, right? And inside, they got these special hats they're going to wear. Probably, what else do you think they might have in there? Remember, they're looking for clues. They might have some magnifying glasses, right? Tools to kind of help them solve the mystery. That's what's going to be in this detective case. But, my good fellow, said the squire, taking Papa aside. That reminds me, squire, what was it you wanted to see me about? Asked Papa. That can wait. First I must... You're right, squire, said Papa. Everything must wait until we find the thief, the person that stole all the stuff. I believe he's still here. These old mansions are tricky, and they are full of secret hiding places. So sometimes mansions are so big, they have doors leading to other secret rooms and cool things like that. So I wonder if this mansion has that. Aha, Papa cried. A secret door, concealing a secret passage, no doubt. Cover me, detectives, I'm going in. Okay, so is this a secret door leading to a secret room? No. What does it look like to you guys? It's a closet, right? Papa Bear walked into a closet full of hats and dresses and coats, thinking it's going to lead to another secret room. But is it going to lead to another secret room? No, it's just a closet. You're covered all right, said Sister, by coats and hats. That's not a secret passage, Unc, said Freddie. It's a clothes closet. I told you this place was tricky, said Papa. All right, so they're still on the hunt for all this missing items. Snuff was already busy sniffing some little black grains in the area where the stolen things had been. Suddenly he sneezed. Brother picked up some of the black grains and sniffed them. He sneezed too. Achoo! What is it? Asked Freddie. Don't know, said Brother, inspecting it through his magnifying glass. But whatever it is, it's an important clue. So little small black things. that are making everybody sneeze. Do you guys think what might it be that they were smelling? It's something that mom sometimes uses in the kitchen. So what do you think it might be? Starts with a P. Pepper, right? They might be smelling pepper. Let's see. Nonsense, said Squire Grizzly. Those aren't clues, but simply peppercorns, which must have fallen from the stolen pepper mill. Right? So a pepper mill is what mommy might put pepper into, and then you kind of turn it like this, and then the pepper comes out. So Squire Grizzly said maybe that's some of the peppers, the peppercorns, the little kernels of the pepper when it was stolen. Maybe some of them fell out of it, right? Could be. Who knows? Oh, my lovely things, wailed Lady Grizzly. Calm yourself, my dear, said the squire, helping her over to a large chair. Sit here and I'll get you a glass of water. Then, when nobody was looking, a very strange thing happened. The chair and wall began to move. Wow, it was a trick chair. Before Lady Grizzly knew what was happening, she disappeared into the wall. Whoa, isn't that really cool? You might have seen that in a movie, right? In these big houses, sometimes they call it a trick chair or like a trick bookcase, where like if you lift the candle up from the candle holder, the bookcase kind of flips open, and then it leads to like a secret hallway or a secret passage. So in this case, when she went to sit down in the chair actually flipped and the wall moved, and she ended up flipping over to the other side and disappearing into the wall because it was like a secret passageway behind the wall. Isn't that cool? Super cool, right? Rough, said Snuff, sniffing at the floor. He's picking up my scent, shouted Brother. Sister, tell Lady Grizzly we're on the trail. Snuff pulled Brother to the door of a dark, spooky-looking room. This looks like the squire's trophy room, said Papa. Hold everything, said Sister. Lady Grizzly has disappeared. This is getting serious, said Freddie. I can't find Squire Grizzly or the butler either, said Sister. So I wonder where the squire and the butler went. Right? We know Lady Grizzly disappeared behind that wall, but I wonder where the other two went. And now they're heading into the scary room. And look, what do we see on the floor? More of the pepper, right? And then look at these statues and armor. So scary, right? Seriouser and seriouser, said Freddie, as Snuff, still hot on the trail, pulled them into the trophy room.
No, click yes.
Sorry, my friends. 3 suits of armor with battle axes seemed to guard the way. So they need to get through this room, but these 3 guys in the suits are blocking the way. So let's see. Rough, said Snuff, sniffing the trail. Then once again he sneezed. Achoo! I think Snuff may be catching a cold, said Freddie. This old mansion is pretty drafty. Drafty meaning like a lot of cool air is flowing through. It feels very cold in there. Said Sister. I don't think so, right? He's not sniffing because he's getting a cold. He's sniffing because he's inhaling these peppercorns, right? And it's making him sneeze. Snuff was working up another sneeze, a really big one. Achoo! It shook the whole room. It shook the battle axes loose. Womp, womp, womp. They fell one right after the other. Oh no, so he sneezed really loud, and look what happened. It caused the axes to fall down, so they all had to run really fast, right, so they don't get hurt by the axes. That's how loud his sneeze was. That it echoed, and it caused the axes to fall down. Yikes, said Papa, as he and the cubs raced out of the way. Then Snuff, still sneezing, led them outside to a dark, overgrown path leading to a shed. Wow, so now they came out of the house, I guess out of the back way, right? And now there's a little tiny shed. A shed is like a small little house that people usually will put like little gardening tools inside, small things. Look, said Papa, peering through the window. The missing, what? The missing antiques, right? There's the pepper mill and the antique desk, right? And her little drawer that she was talking about. They're all here. And sure enough, there were the desk, the chest, and the pepper mill. He said. They're fine pieces, all right, but they're not in very good shape, right? Look at how broken they look. They look awful, right? They're not in good condition. So, I don't know. We'll have to see. Precisely why I sent for you, my friend. The startled bears turned and saw Squire Grizzly stepping out of the shadows. Just as I thought, said Sister. It was a trail of pepper that made Snuff sneeze, a trail left by Squire Grizzly himself, probably through a hole in his pocket. By Jove, said the squire. Look, he has a hole in his pocket, and the pepper is all gone. The pepper you removed from the pepper mill before you stole it, said Sister. Squire Grizzly, said Papa, you're under arrest for stealing your own antiques. So do you understand what happened? So Squire Grizzly moved the pepper mill, the chest, and that big drawer out to the shed, and I guess when he went to move the pepper mill, he put the peppercorns into his pocket, but his pocket had a hole. So he basically left a trail of it all through the house, leading to the shed. Stuff and nonsense, dear chap, Squire Grizzly protested. I called you to repair Lady Grizzly's favorite things as a special birthday surprise. But she returned unexpectedly from a trip and upset my plans. Now, do you guys remember in the beginning of the story when Squire Grizzly had called Papa Bear to say that he wanted his help? And remember, we learned that Papa Bear works with antiques and repairing things, right? So Squire Grizzly called Papa Bear to help him fix Lady Grizzly's antiques. But now the story is telling us that Lady Grizzly was supposed to go away. That way Papa Bear could help Squire Grizzly, but she came back, rather quickly from a trip. So he kind of had to think fast about how he could hide those antiques from her, right? So he didn't steal them. He just hid them from her because he wanted to surprise her for her birthday by fixing it. Now quickly, load the things into your car and be off with you. Grisby is fetching her from our secret passageway even now. So that is why when Lady Grizzly sat in that chair, why it flipped into that secret passageway, because he didn't want her to know what was going on. Papa and the cubs loaded the stolen antiques into the car and made a fast getaway. So now Papa Bear's going to take them home and hopefully be able to fix them for Lady Grizzly. Happy birthday, my dear, said the squire as he presented the beautifully repaired antiques to Lady Grizzly a few days later. So don't these look a lot better? They're all brand new, right? What a lovely surprise, Lady Grizzly said. My precious things weren't stolen after all, merely spirited away for repairs. And thank you, Papa Bear. Your repair work is excellent. And the bear detective's work is pretty good too, said the squire, chuckling. A little too good. Rough, said Snuff. Okay, and that is the end of the story. So they were able to solve the mystery. It was a surprise he had planned all along, and in the end, Lady Grizzly got her antiques back, and they were fixed and in perfect condition, right? So everything worked out in the end of the story. So hopefully you enjoyed. And hopefully the next time, there's a mystery in your house, whether something might be missing or misplaced, or maybe something is not acting normal, right? And you are left with trying to figure out what happens. You can be like the bear detectives, right? Make sure you have your magnifying glasses. Make sure you look for clues, right? Because the clues will help you figure out what happened, okay? Because usually there's a reason behind everything that happens. And it can be easily solved as long as you put all the clues together. Alrighty, so that'll do it for tonight's Read Aloud. Hope you're all staying well and staying safe. And of course, stay blessed. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Okay? Good night. Bye bye.